feeling very comfortable tonight, and it has a lot to do with the shoes I've got on. If I'm not wearing sneakers, you'll probably catch me wearing slippers. That's how I know I'd never play Cinderella. If a prince ever showed up to me like, oh, you lost your heel, I'd be like, I left it there on purpose. Because if you don't already know, I do not mess with heels. Ladies, heels are not the one for me. One of the most annoying things I've had to deal with is men complaining to me that their dress shoes hurt. I'm like, cool, yeah. Now take the pain you're feeling and then put it at a 45-degree angle for 3 hours. And then try walking in the grass in your stilettos. And then go to a beach wedding. And then, oh, would you look at that? The elevator's broken. Guess you gotta take the stairs. Shut up! But it's a huge problem, and it has been for a while. You know, the first record of a woman wearing high-heeled shoes dates all the way back to the 16th century. And I'm sure her blisters will be healed any day now. Heels were originally invented for people who rode horses to help their feet stay in the stirrups. Yeah, so while they were riding, they wouldn't fall. You know what this tells me? That heels were made for sitting, not walking. But let's be honest, sex sells, and in Hollywood, heels equal sex. Remember how in Jurassic World, Bryce Dallas Howard spent the entire movie running away from dinosaurs in high heels? Totally realistic, yeah. Because when dinosaurs are on the loose, the most important thing to make sure is your calves look toned. Now, personally, I've never been a fan of heels. I knew so little about fashion growing up that when I first heard Jay-Z rap about a girl with red bottoms, I just assumed he meant her period. This is a true story. It's pretty lame, but it's true. Once I actually injured a tendon in my foot while trying to wear heels. And I don't exercise, so that's the only sports injury I'm ever gonna have. And I try to act cool, like, yeah, no, I really messed up my foot bad. What was that? What was I playing? Oh, I was playing into societal pressure. Where's the lie? Where is the lie? And I can't even stand still through a photo shoot in heels. And you got women like J-Lo or Beyonce can dance on stage in stilettos for 2 hours. Yeah, that is the one, only, singular difference between us three. Other than that, the three of us are totally the same, you know? Now, if you love wearing heels, don't let me stop you, okay? If you're a woman who wears heels to the club, good for you. I support that decision now and 6 hours from now when you take them off and walk home drunk and barefoot. And I know some women wear heels in the bedroom, but that's not for me. If I wanted to be uncomfortable in bed, I'd just keep the lights on. Because I hate heels, a lot of people automatically assume that I'm a sneakerhead and they try to talk to me about it, but I actually don't know anything about sneaker culture. I turned into that one kid in school, you know, the one who pretended like he saw a movie, but he only quoted the trailer. You know the kid I'm talking about? They were like, oh yeah, I loved Spider-Man. Especially the part where the guy says, coming this summer. Fascinated by sneaker culture. Sneakerheads love shoes so much, they'll stand for days outside of shoe stores just to get limited editions. Do you ever see them lined up on the sides? Take note. If you want to get young people to vote, just put the voting booths right next to the Yeezys, y'all. Come on. The only heels I get behind are Heelys. Does anyone remember Heelys? Yes! Those were the shoes that had the wheels in them. Kids would just be riding around at recess. But that era is long gone. And now, if you want to see a bunch of young idiots rolling, you have to go to Coachella.